Hi folks, my name is Robin Soprano and I want to share with you a little bit about an app called Evernote. It's one of my favorites and I believe that it's a great tool for classroom productivity. First, I'm going to take you to the Evernote website and show you a little bit about the different plans and features. Evernote is a cross-platform type application. There's a desktop app, there's a web online version, as well as Apple, Android, and a variety of apps, and so things will sync across them. There are several different versions of it, but just to give you a basic overview, Evernote is basically it's a digital notebook, which allows you to basically take your note taking to the next level. So instead of the old paper and pencil lugging around different binders, Evernote allows you to take that to the next level. So I'm going to show you a little bit about some of the features. So there are some things such as a web clipper, which is very handy when you're doing research. There are different templates that you could use. For example, if you wanted to use a standard format when you were making maybe a meeting agenda or recording notes for a lecture, you could do that. Your notes will sync across all of your different devices. You can scan documents such as your syllabus from your classes and pull those in so that you can virtually go paperless. You can scan handwriting or handwritten notes, and it is to become searchable. I'm having a little trouble with that feature though. But you could also scan or import any of your documents, such as your syllabus and any handouts. Essentially, you can pull any of your notebooks into what they call a stack, which is basically like maybe the giant notebook you carried to school with the individual subjects in it. With Evernote, you can organize those into stacks. So I'm going to show you real briefly the different plans. There is a basic, free version, which gives you most of the usability. I actually am paying for the premium version, which gives me a couple of other features that we'll talk about that I think are worth the fee, and then the business version, which I think there's also a nonprofit or a school version that would allow you to do some of the collaboration like with your students. So before we leave the web page here and go into my Evernote app, I'm going to show you a little bit about the web clipper tool. So there's a browser extension that I've installed here in Chrome, and say you're doing research like we were in this class for different standards and looking at the P21 and say here's a nice graphic with some information about P21, and I would like to hang on to this so that I don't forget it. So I can actually go to my Evernote Clipper, and it's going to bring up an opportunity for me to save this. So you can save different formats. So you could capture the whole article, a simplified version of the article. You could grab the full page, the bookmark, which is stops a little bit short of a citation, or you could actually do a screenshot and you can actually select what part of the page that you'd like to capture. So I'm going to do a bookmark, and basically I'm going to tell it which notebook I want to save it to. I want to save it to the notebook I'm using for this particular class, and I hit Save Clip, and that's going to drop that into this class notebook. So I'm going to take you right now to my notebook, my Evernote app, show you all my notebooks. You can see I have a couple of stacks, and this is where I have multiple notebooks within a notebook. So I have one for assistive technology, where I have several different notebooks. I have another stack, and then I have just a variety of single notebooks. You can have loose notes as well. They don't have to be stored within there. But so within this, let's go look and find that clip. So if I go up here to sync, it's going to drop in. Here is that clip item that we just clipped. So I could go up here and add a tag and say I want to tag that as P21. You could do that with a variety of your things that you want to save. So if we wanted to look at a couple other features, like I mentioned, scanning in a document. So for this class, I was working on my to-do list. So I added check marks, and as I finished them, one of my things was doing a handout to go with this video. So I had my outline, and then once I completed that, I actually just attached the file itself, which dropped it right into my notebook for this. One thing I wanted to throw out was that you can do templates. So if I add a new note and I wanted to use a template, there's a variety of templates that are out here. You can create your own, but say you wanted to, let's see if we find a good one here. Say a daily planner. We wanted to keep that in Evernote. Here is an example of this, and so you could pull this up. There's lots of different templates, and like I said, you could create your own. So I'm going to bounce back out of this and show you a couple of other features. So there's a presentation mode. So say I've done my project and it's my turn to present. I don't have to create a PowerPoint. I could actually just within this, I can select present. And boom, here we go. I can present directly from Evernote. Now, if I was collaborating with other people, I could share this file. I could share the note. For other projects that I've done, I've been using Evernote as a class journal, and I can actually share the URL so that my instructor can look directly at the note that I've created there. So there's another feature that I like to share is that while you were in a class, for example, if you were taking notes, and today we're in class and I wanted to record the audio from a lecture, I could actually record audio. You can see that it shows my microphone is working. Once I begin to speak, after I hit the record button, everything that I'm saying is being recorded. And it's going to drop that audio right in the note so that I could continue to take notes, if I could type, from today's class. And then everything would be captured right within the same note. We talked about attaching documents. You could scan those right in. You can attach from Google as well. You can snap and insert photos from within. So maybe you want to take a picture of what's on the whiteboard during your class. There's just a lot of features. You could do bullets. You can do numbered lists. And a lot of the standard formatting is the same as you would find in the word processor. So a lot of these great features work well for students, but what about teachers? So essentially these same features are there and would be helpful. But think about the flipped classroom concept, or really anything where you'd like to share a note or a notebook, possibly with your students or with parents. You could lay audio over the top of your note if you needed to. You could use the presentation mode while you're in class. And think about if you created a notebook for project groups and really teach the kids how to collaborate and use these technology type tools. So as we've been talking about standards, I really believe that Evernote gives you the opportunity, one, to demonstrate digital citizenship, to be innovative designers, to be creative communicators and collaborators, and really brings home all of those 4 C's that we talked about with P21. And from the teacher's perspective, you're also looking at leader, a digital citizen, collaborator, designer, and facilitator. So I would encourage you to take a look at Evernote. Like I said, some of the features are not free, but you can really do a lot with the free version. And I think it's an awesome tool, and I appreciate you taking time to listen.